Good day, everyone. My name is Irvin Extian, and I'm currently the chairperson here at Oasis Skills Development Centre for people with disabilities. Okay, so when we look at the founders of Oasis, we found that 90% of them were ex-teachers who was in the educational department, and during their tenure, they found that in Upington and the surrounding areas, we didn't have a special need school for children with disability. And reaching a point where they are about to retire, they find it prudent to start an organization that we see now, which is Oasis Skills Development Centre, because there was a great need to create something for those who couldn't be accommodated at the mainstream schools. So the founders started this place from scratch. It was donated by Dr. Webster, who believed in the cause, the mission and the vision of Oasis and what it stands for. And after nearly 30 years, what we have around us is what they have created.
Last Saturday we had a market day here, and the people with the stalls, they were standing like here, and the people sit on the pavement.
What would you say are the founding principles or the pillars that represent what Oasis is for the Upington community?
That's an easy one. At Oasis, we believe those pillars to be belief. We greatly antagonized the faithfulness around it, and also love. So our values is based on that. Belief, faith and love, and obviously understanding the greater need to have a center and a place where people with disability could feel comfortable. And that's where we started, and it's grown from there.
So how did you get involved with Oasis?
Well, I was still working at F&B as an area manager. I looked after the entire Northern Cape, and Oasis came on my radar. I visited them, and I fell in love with what the place was doing. Understanding their vision and the mission, I wanted F&B to be part of what it is that they're doing. So under the F&B volunteer program, we started donating and sponsoring them. So we covered their year-end function, their parties for the children, but most of all the stationery that they needed at the time. So in 2019, I had to make a personal decision with regards to my work, which took me away from home a lot, and I resigned and was at home. Because as we understand the history, they've been prompted me and asking me to join, and I couldn't. And I strongly believe at the time that God chosen me to slow down my life. That's why I resigned. I was at home, and I was told that this place needs to close down. I told my wife over my dead body. I believe that was my calling. So I come in here, and I said, I'm going to stabilize them. I'm going to make sure that everything is in place and move on. So the initial thought was that I'll be here for less than a year, put them on their path and get back into the corporate world. But unfortunately, I strongly believe God had other plans. 5 years later, I'm still here.
My name is Megan Extian. I'm the academic manager of all the areas at the centre. I started in 2015 as a stimulation teacher. I was working with a therapist of DOE and Department of Health. We're working together And afterwards, when the days they are not here, I must carry on with the programs and the stimulation for the kids. In the beginning, it was just a challenge. But when your heart is in something, then you do everything with the love. This place does so much to me because my son is also diagnosed with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. So when I start here, he was fully active and normal, healthy boy and so on. And a year later, maybe year 2, we find out he's got that Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. So at that moment, Oasis prepared me for any challenges. At the end, Oasis bring a more positive thing to me that show me that he's also a special child. So I put everything in him and I want to learn it from Oasis.
My name is Betty. My fun is Titis. I'm working for 30 years by Oasis. I do the finances. I go to the bank and I buy food for the children. And I start at 6 and I go at 6 home. So I am the key holder of Oasis, all the keys. I have all the keys, so they ask me for the keys. So I must go and fetch the keys and then I must open all the doors so that they can go in the classrooms when they forgot their keys. So for me, Oasis is a good place. It's very still here. It's very nice. We came on Saturday, Sundays. On Saturday I was here when the guys work. I work with the guys. I make everything nice so that you guys can see what we do. We are thankful and grateful for the money you gave to us.
All the amazing work that Oasis has been doing over the last 28 years or so, what are some of the challenges that the centre has come across over the years?
So some of our challenges over the last 5 years, if I can put it like that, were the operational cost to ensure that we deliver and are in a position to offer the service that we wanted to render. So that make it very, very hard, especially when one take into consideration the fact that we service a very strong SASSA market. So getting people here, keeping them, and obviously when we talk about learners, we talk about children, we talk about people with disability, there's certain nutritions that they need to get in on a daily basis. So from the extent to electricity, to transport, to providing them with the right meals at the right time, that was hugely a challenge for us, not having enough funds to cover that. But I must say, since I've started and we worked on some of the campaigns that we launched at the time, we were able to start meeting those dates. But keeping the centre afloat was a big challenge on our operational cost to run it on a daily basis.
There's people who are here very dedicated. Some of them are here for 10, 15, 20 years. So they give their life for this place.
We were so happy when we were introduced to you guys. I went and did a presentation, and the team at the local airport were extremely helpful. It was also at a time that we tendered for the EPWP, so the two sort of clashed with one another, and they came out and said, Mr. Extian, we really believe in what you guys are doing. How can we take hands and make this work for both sides? So we started off obviously with the paving project. But to come back to your question in terms of the solar panel, for us it was about obviously cost, but at the same time renewable energy, understanding the damage in terms of the old way that we create electricity. Solar panels would not only relieve the cost, but it would be our little contribution to renewable energy, green energy, and do our little bit. So from a cost perspective, it did immensely in terms of running cost, the difference in terms of the cost, but also allowing us to take that savings and apply it to areas most needed. So the impact was massive.
My name is Jayden. I like to dance. I like to sing. I wrote a poem of myself. It says the Africa we want. Can I say it? Africa, our beautiful continent, a continent of beautiful people, a continent rich in minerals, gold and diamonds. I am an African. Call me an African. When countries call, do I listen? Yes, I am an African. I find my pride in leaders like Nkosi Albert Mutuli, who respected women and children alike, who knew no abuse, no rape, who fought for equality in Africa. Oh, my Africa, how I long for an Africa of unity, love, peace, and happiness. Halala Africa, halal.
Halala. Oh, that was so good. That was amazing.
I feel happy. I feel glad that I came here, and there's no any other place what you will find except here. You will feel safe. You will feel more. You want to come each and every time to learn new stuff, because here we learn each and every day new things.
I'm Oasis Skills. I'm the gardener, the organic gardener at Oasis. Don't ask me how I ended up with Irvin. I don't know, supernatural way, and then he gave me his full support, an open hand and open trust, and which I must appreciate. And now he gave me the chance to speak to you people, and I saw what you did for this place. I mean, I know where it was 20 years ago. There's no comparison. So then you must know we appreciate that. We're going the organic way, and organics, it's all about, you know, what I can't explain to farmers. When I started 20 odd years ago, people called me crazy. And I said, well, it's okay. I can't carry on with this chemical stuff anymore. It's killing people, it's killing the planet.
This is our hydroponic project. We started a month and a half ago to re-inject some energy into it because it was closed down at some states. And as Ernest spoke at length in his interview, we want to move away from chemical to a more organic perspective in terms of what we do, especially taking into account the disability people that we have here in terms of nutrition. So most of the stuff that we have here right now in terms of spinach and your green peppers and all that, we already built a relationship with Pick and Pay where we sell this to them, which they then sell to the public. But we have good hopes with these expertise and with the guys that's helping him that we're going to take this to the new level.
Hi, I'm Abigail. I like to listen to music, and I like dogs, and I like my friends that I have. And yeah, Oasis is a very special school that help us to, how can I say it, how to improve yourself. And they teach you a lot of new skills and show you new products that you can use, and you can learn a lot here, and it's very fun, and you can just be yourself here. it's a very safe environment for us. So yeah, it's nice.
That's beautiful. Abigail, how do you feel when you think about Oasis? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like a normal person. Like I can be myself when I come to Oasis, and like we can have a just fun day with my friends, and like I want to be like a dancer, but as I see my skills, I can be more than that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think when we understand the mission and the vision of Oasis, one of the key pillars would also be to make sure that people with disability can take their rightful place in society. And we need to understand, to be able to do that, Upington as a community, as a business sector, needs to own a little piece of it. They need to be ready, because one of our dreams are these children of us which are 18 years and older who are in the protective workshop, that they could be integrated into the business sector. You need to employ people with disability. How can we help as a center for persons with disability, focusing on skills development? So we can then train them certain skills so that they can be a clear fit for your company. We could have the next mechanics coming from here. We could have, from a retail perspective, the next fashion designers from here that works at your Truworths, your Foshinis, because they might have an inability, but they have that desire and that believe that they can flourish in an environment like that. So we're hoping, in the end, as a dream, to have more of our children become more of the business society out there, and not just having Oasis as a safe haven where they are surrounded with people that are similar like them.